So, hello everybody. We are starting slowly. We have still a couple of minutes left, 1 minute left. So grab your tea or coffee, whatever you fancy. We will start in 1 minute. We are waiting for some more people to join in our session. And soon we will start. We can start start the chat exactly. So we have a chat here, we have a question section. If you want to ask anything, please put it up, ask a new question in here. So if you send a question, then we can start, you can upvote the questions and we can start live answering. So to write the questions here, yes, in here, I'm done answering. And also we will do a couple of polls today. I will start with one right now. So where did you hear about our webinar? Was it from LinkedIn, from Facebook, from Eziil homepage? Somebody recommended it? What was it? So let us know in the poll section. How did you came up here? And we have reactions. So if you like anything, put the thumbs up. We are all humans, so show your emotions, what's going on. So we are almost ready to start, and there are a couple of people still joining in, and we will start in a second with officially. So last sip of my water and we will be there. So hello everybody. Thank you for coming into the webinar, 5 key points on successful fabrication digitalization. I am Jaak, and let's start with this session today. It should take around 45 minutes, half an hour presentation, and then we have a Q&A session in the end. What we are going to talk today. So we have a small intro. Who am I? What I'm talking here? Why am I talking, etc. And then we will jump into the main focus. What are the key points to be successful on digitalization? We take a summary. We will have a special offer in the end for everybody who has been participating. And as told before, we have a Q&A session in the end, and we will see how much time we have left, but we will stop around 45. So, first thing, who am I? Jaak Weber. I'm from Estonia. I have 20 years industry background. I've been in quite a different position. I've studied mechanical engineering. I started as a production engineer. I've been project manager, production manager, and 1 foot in sales. So in quite different positions, and I've seen like very different things in the industry. What have I done? So these are like different implementations. I have done implementation for like management standards like 9001, 14000, etc. I've been part of those development processes in the company, and also I've been part of the digital implementations with different softwares. I've been leading of new CAD software installation in the company, how to set up all the processes. The MRP, this is like my everyday work now. So I'm helping other companies to implement management software. I've been part of this ERP, like corporational management software, asset management software, different like timekeeping, etc. Also, how to digitalize LCR production, like hardware, like laser systems, like full automated laser systems, production lines, different kind of things. I've been in part of those as well. So I have kind of gained some experience, and I know what I'm talking about. And in Eziil, I am a business manager. I'm leading the everyday operations in Eziil for implementation, from customer relationships and product management. And we will move on. So, who are we addressing today? So, the main target for today's session is the steel fabricators, who is made to order project-based manufacturers, fabricators. The company size 10 to 100 people, and the main thing is like we are focusing because there are all kind of producers, and they have different problems why they choose this way or that way. If you're a big corporation, you have inside policy, and it's absolutely something different if you're 10 to 100 people. So it's a lot of politics in those companies, or otherwise you are a one-man company and you can decide yourself, and it's not so much consideration what you need to do. You do what you feel is right. Also, what we are seeing today is like the companies that it's not easy to digitalize with a machinery. So we are focusing today like the project-based manufacturers, the fabricators. It's not much machinery you can digitalize. There are a lot of manual labor. And today we are more focusing in that point of view for the software part, not the physical digitalization. And if you look at this webinar, you should be understanding why it's important to digitalize it all and how to do that successfully, how to be sure that you're spending your money well. And for that, I will ask Paul, like, what is your production type? What type of production do you have? Like, what kind of company you have? So are you a project-based company, like a fabricator? Do you do a mass or batch-based production, serial production? You're a combination of those both, or you do something else? You're not the producer, you do something different. So give me a votes and I will have an understanding what kind of listeners we have here today. I see already the answers coming, so that's really good. We have a lot of project-based guys and combinations. That's really good. So I feel that we have a correct audience here. And if you have something else, you can write it in the chat or let us know what are you doing and what you are expecting here today. The next thing is the 5 key points. These are the important things that we think is the main things you need to consider when we're talking about digitalization. First thing is why. Why do you need to digitalize? Second is the timing. When should I digitalize? And it's like in the lifespan of your company. Are you a young company, etc.? Third important thing is process mapping, understanding what is going on in your company. Fourth thing is the software, how to select suitable software for you. And the fifth thing is implementation, how to carry implementation out successfully. So the first thing, why? Why is digitalization important? Do I need at all to digitalize? So it's not a law that you have to, like a bookkeeping, there are many laws that you need to follow. No, you don't have to digitalize, but do you wish to keep your business or develop it? Then yeah, probably you have to digitalize in one point. And here are some supporting facts why to digitalize, or what the benefits from that. And so it is said that these companies that have digitalized themselves, it's up to a 30% of increase in productivity by leveraging the digital technologies. The second one is data-driven decision making. So there is options. Do you do it on your gut feeling? Sometimes the gut feeling is good. You have to think and you have to believe in yourself and you make the things happen. But like everyday decisions, where to buy, what to buy, when to do one thing or the other thing, it's not so much about gut feelings, it's about facts. Do I have the facts that I can do the best decision? And it makes the decisions much better and much faster. Cost reduction. So generally, the statistics are saying that there are up to 15 percentage of reduction of operational costs. And there are like a couple of what we have seen from our clients that, for example, purchase process can be 2 times faster than it was before digitalization. Of course, I mean by digitalization, it's like a more sophisticated system than the email. So email is also digital, but still it's not like a kind of a system. So purchase process 2 times faster. Actually, you don't need to keep those 2 persons anymore. You can handle with 1. Or the other thing that we saw, that company got a 40% higher turnover, and they still kept the same number of production engineers. Nothing else changed, but they focused on digitalizing the engineering part, how they will divide this, how they will put this information into the hands of the fabricators, to the purchase. And this is how they actually made it faster, and they were able to make much higher turnover just digitalizing like one part without any growth of the number of people. And of course, why it's important, it's compliance, traceability. With the digital solutions, it's much easier to track what are you doing. You can answer with any questions with quite a ease if somebody is asking you something that is demanded from the authorities. So this is why digitalization is important. The next thing I am jumping is timing, when to consider digitalization. So you need to think, where are you today with your company and where do you want to go? Do you feel some challenges in the company, but you're not exactly sure? Can these be solved with digital solutions, or is there some other problems? So when is the correct timing? And there is also some like direct notices or direct like points when you understand, okay, if I have that, that's a problem. That's a good timing to go into the digitalization. But first of all, I have a question for you as well. So I will publish another poll. So how far are you with your digitalization? And it's kind of like a game, or what level you are. What do you think? Like, are you level 1 in digitalization? I'm still investigating. That's why I'm here in this webinar. Or I'm in the beginning of my journey, level 2. So I'm doing something already, but it's not, I haven't achieved much yet. Or level 3, we have a strategy in place and we are like executing that. Everything is going by the plan. Of course, the plans can change and there can be setbacks, but generally. And level 4, everything is in place. We are just improving. So let us know where are you with your company, and we can see also. Okay, very good. I have seen the answers also that we have from every level is somebody. So this is really nice that everything, we have investigators and we have the beginners and executors, so we can share the knowledge as well in the chat. That's perfect. But from my side, what is the good timing? So if you have set a vision, so you have a dream with your company, you know you want to expand your company, and you're looking ahead, like maybe your today's growth necessarily doesn't need for example, an MRP system yet, but you know you want controlled growth, and you know you are growing. So it's easier to do it when you're smaller, because if you're larger, you know, there comes this politics into the play, and already a lot of processes are already set in stones, and the people change management is harder. So this is like one key point. If you know where you want to go and what you want to become, then it's good to do it as soon as possible. And the second metric for what is the correct timing to consider this digitalization is you have different people in different positions. This means you have a sales guy, you have a purchase person, production, engineering. So maybe first, if you started the company, you were alone, you knew everything. So it's no point to put up a system that you will need to say to yourself some information and do it really systematically. It's no point, but it can be a problem if different people needs to start exchanging the information, who is doing what and when and how. So it might become a problem if you have different kind of departments, different persons doing the different jobs. The next one is, it might be similar. So many people are in same position. It's like the next level kind of you have more than one engineer, you have more than one production planner, whatever is the case. So even if the first one, maybe you can solve this, different people in different positions, they do their job, they do it well, they can communicate it well, maybe they are in the same room even, they can talk or email, maybe it's not a problem yet. But if different people are doing the same thing, then it might be very quickly become a problem, because the people are different and they want to do things differently. And when it's not like a process is not set there, how they should do it, it soon becomes a mess. One says it's an, I don't know, round bar. The other one says it's a bar. And for example, engineers do that. Like they name the same material in different ways, how they are used to that. But for the purchase, it's a headache. They don't understand. Is it the same material? Is it a different material? And that can become soon a real problem, and you can just lose time, money with these kind of things. And that's also important time. If you have this kind of persons in place, do something about it. Start thinking about digitalization. And there are industry trends. What needs to be considered as well, because you may have had a competitive advantage with your company, you did something differently, but some other companies are growing next to you and they are getting more jobs than you are, and they are doing something different, and something is in the air. For, I don't know, this year it's AI everywhere, artificial intelligence is everywhere, everybody is talking about that. The same goes for different things. But if there are some trends in that specific industry, you need to be aware of those, because the clients know that, suppliers know that, and they want to play with the best players, because where the profits come from the best players. And one, like, it's like from timing wise, it's something like more softer, but still it's important. Like, you have a leadership, you have a good team or a good person that knows how important is the digitalization. Maybe if the other metrics are not there yet, but you feel like the team is needing that kind of thing, that let's do something, let's develop something together. So this is like important to a place if the company is bigger and you have these kind of persons in-house and they are ready to do that. It's like engaging the team and empowering the team, also these kind of actions. And it's really good to use those things if you see that you have a strong person that are willing to do that and wants to do that. And it's an important thing. Okay, so let's next to the next thing. This was timing, and the next one is process mapping. So what is a process mapping? Why we have brought it out here? So it's actually like map of your company. Maybe you started at one point, you have developed, you have grown, and people might not be doing the things that you hired them in the first place, that things have developed and changed during the years. And do you actually know how and what they are doing, how they are doing, and is it like a good way what they're doing? So the process mapping is giving you a map, what is going on, how are they doing, and it also, the good process map will bring out the problems in the company. It might be sometimes that even the company structure, to visualize it, is really complicated. So there might be problems because there are shared responsibilities, different things. And this kind of mapping will bring out the problems and will give you an idea where to go. And for you, again, I have prepared one more question. So, are the process mapped in your company? And more specifically, like which processes are mapped? You can choose many answers. Is like company structure mapped out, or is like a general business process mapped out? Like how are the like projects moving through the production, etc. Are there more specific processes described? How is the purchase process carried out? How is the planning process? And if you have done something of them, tell me please, are they up to date, or you have done them years ago and they are somewhere collecting dust? So let me know what kind of processes you have done and where you are with your things. And then we will look how and what to consider when doing process mapping. Okay, I'll give you a couple of seconds. I take a sip of water. Okay. So, what are process mapping? Decision. When you understand that you want to do a process mapping, there are decisions. Do you do it yourself and your own team, or you buy it in as a service? Both are valid options. If you have done it before and you have a good team, it's absolutely fine. You do it yourself. You like just update, because I know everybody has like a lot of daily tasks to do. But if you do it yourself, you have bigger understanding what's going on in the company, and gives you like overview what you need from time to time. And also, if you engage the team, this is a perfect opportunity to see what and where the people are. The second possibility is buy-in as a service, or like hire a consultant or something. They have methodical views how they are doing the process mapping, so they have kind of tools how they are doing that. They can see things that usually people in the company always doesn't see. They like have kind of people in the company have like blinds. I don't know how you say that. Have like glasses on, and they don't see everything. They don't like to see some problems they know they have. But if you take a consultant, he doesn't have any problems. They don't have personal relations with anybody, so they are free and free without those kind of blockers that might not give you the best result. So this is like a decision: do it yourself or buy in as a service. But what is the outcome of a process map? So you will have the main process flow is set. First, you map out what is going on, and then you can see through the problems and solutions. You can create to be process, how you want things to be. And from those mapping processes, we will see what is the problems, where are the problems, and what are the possible solutions. There are some things that you can do yourself immediately, some personnel change, some position changes, just some procedure changes. But there are things that you can see that, okay, if we carry out this process mapping, we know that, okay, we have a problem there, and probably this kind of software solution would solve that thing, make it easier. And just as a bonus for all that, when you do this process mapping, to do it yourself or buy in as a service, your team is engaged. That's like a team event, if you could say so. If you do it like a proper way and you engage the team, if you just don't do it somewhere in the corner or Sunday night in the, I don't know where, in the backyard somewhere. If you do it really on site with the guys, you can engage your team, and it's like everybody understands. They are listened, they are empowered by that. They are listened, and they see that there will be changes that can benefit the company and so themselves as well. So this is why process mapping is always good, even if you are not sure yet if you do a digitalization or not. Do a process mapping, and you will see how it's like scanning your body, like make a full body scan, doctor visit or something like that. So it's like a picture of a company, map of a company. Okay, and where we set so we had the process mapping. From the answers, I see that a lot of people have done a company structure, general business processes, department processes, but mostly they are done years ago. So that is quite a usual thing, that you have kind of an idea, but it's not always like up to date. Okay, but let's now step into the next point, which is software selection. I'm already running behind my original schedule. Let's speed up a little bit. So software selection, if you have seen from the process mapping what are your problems and how you can solve them, then you need to start thinking about software selection. There are a load of suppliers of different software, like CAD software, nesting, MRP, CRM, ERP, time management, project management, etc., etc. So you look back to the process mapping and see what was your problems, what was the point, so which software you need to use. But generally, what are the main things that you want to consider when selecting a software? Those are like general, easy to use, because these are things that people will be working daily. Is the software suitable for your growth stage? And it comes with the next point. It's a functionality. Of course, you want a maximum functionality, so everything you not always, but it's quite often this is like an ideal that you can put all the processes into the software, and then all your problems will be solved because you see all the data. But you need to think about what is your actual growth stage. Are you ready to do that? Like if you put like so much information in from the machines, from the humans, from some other softwares, there are a lot of inputs. But if you want to keep those processes in this software alive, you need to do it continuously. You need to keep those up to date, but these require resources. Do you have enough resources, and is the value you're getting out of it, is it what you want, or is it you're putting more in than you're getting out? So think about that. Is it suitable for a growth stage? Is the functionality, what are the minimum requirements, what you need? And this comes again back to the process mapping. What is the functionality and what is the minimum you need? And what I suggest strongly also when selecting a software is like a human connection. Who are the people who are working with this software? Who will be implementing? Who will be the customer support? How they are? Do they understand your needs and all these kind of things? There are some software that you can just buy, install, and you don't need to do any implementation for that. But any bigger software packages, you almost always need to do implementation. And in that point, it's really important that the people you work with, it's a good communication, because you want to have a successful implementation. You want the software to be working, not just investing into some software and then saying, I have the software, but nothing comes out of that. So, and these are like more general things, what's going on. And there are like software and software can be different. So some softwares is by monthly fee. You pay a monthly, like a license fee, rental fee, like SaaS companies, or you buy a full license. You buy the software license and you can use it however long it lasts and does what you need. There are like why one is better or the other one. It's not like a correct answer, but if you want to consider it that way, that if you buy a full license, it's usually a bigger amount of money, and so it will take a larger risk. If you will buy a full license, you need to carry out the implementation, and if you don't get the value, you don't get the money back. By monthly fees, it is like a soft start. You can start and see, is it working? Did I make a correct choice? Is the cooperation with a software provider working or not? And you can pay the monthly fees. And if you see that it doesn't work, okay, we'll stop the monthly fees. Usually, whatever is the contract, you can stop it probably, and you don't need to live with that legacy. Because that's one of the hardest point that years ago, these monthly fees are more or less a newer version of today's software packages, but they don't want to kill the old system. it's not anymore that suitable, but they have made such a huge investment and they don't want to like get rid of that investment. They want to maximize the profits out of that investment, and that's might be a problem sometimes. You're not when we're talking about AI, so something different. So in the softwares, it could be a cloud-based software or on-premise software. On-premise software, there might be extra like hardware needs, being those all those servers, everything you need to keep up yourself. Or in the cloud-based, you need internet. Today, I think this is like electricity. If there's no electricity, you can't work. If there's no internet, you can't work. And also, when selecting a software, is it like a specific solution or is it an environment for all the company? You need to consider there might be some of the software what does really good one specific job and it makes it really well. Does it play well together with other softwares? You have to consider about that. Maybe it does a really good job, but the effort to get input into that system or output from that system is something you need to consider. The other way is the environment that everybody's working in the same in the same solution and everybody's doing the work, but sometimes again they don't have that specific solutions that maybe are not suited for you, so you need to consider that as well. And let's jump into the fifth point. I told I will speed up, but we'll see how that goes. So the implementation, the actual work. So if everything what we talked before is the preparation of your digitalization project. So you do the preparation. It's like your fabrication project that you do bidding, you do a drawing or design, you do a purchase, and now the job is going into the workshop and you need to really fabricate it. So if the preparation was not so good, but you have good lads in the workshop, they do an amazing job, they will push the limits and they will bring out the results. They get the product out on time with good quality, customer is happy, end result is good, everything is perfect. But if you do a perfect preparation, you will do a perfect drawings and everything is like prepared really well, and then comes the workers who don't know nothing about welding or nothing about tape measure or something, so they're just lazy, whatever, so you can't get the good results out of that. So I say the implementation is the key, that you need to put your investment into use, and you can only do the investment when you do the implementation correctly. Then you will get the results that you expected from the software that you bought. So, and what is there to consider about the implementation? How can you be successful on implementation? So put in, there are a couple of options. So do you do a software implementation step by step or all in? This means like step by step is that you will take first one department or one like process and implement that into the software, or you create all in. For if we were talking about MRP systems, this means that okay, we will prepare everything and then we will push a green button from 1st of January, everything goes to live, everybody needs to come into the new system, and then they are working in the new system. So this is something you need to consider. Do you have enough resources? Do you have enough power to do the change management for that one, etc. The second option is it light or detailed? So there's also option that you will go push the green button, but everybody comes in with a light-like version. Like maybe the sales guy will just open the project. The detailer or the engineer will just report the progress. Everybody is like slightly in the system, but they're not doing all their daily tasks. But then you're seeing like from the process map what you created before, you will have an understanding that, okay, I had a really big problem in the planning part or the reporting part. So you will, everybody is involved in the system, and it is working on like light scale. And then in one part you will go into the deep. You will look all the things, what's happening in there, like and you will build up all the processes, and these guys are heavily involved. And then you come into purchase or whatever, which part you will come, and they will go into more deep and deep until you have get the maximum out of the software you selected. But how to be good on the implementation as well is to set the clear objectives before and after. What is the situation now and what it needs to be after you have implemented the software. Create the correct timeline, make a plan, how you want to do that. What are the milestones? Where I am at that date or that date, did I reach that milestone? I am there or not? Project manager and top management, like said before, this is like really important. If you have a good person in house, start doing it, because all this implementation work is change management by the end, because people are used to work in one way. Now you bring something new, they need to change. And this project manager for this implementation project, you can buy in service that the software company is doing the implementation and is supporting your company, but the top management needs to be involved in that processes anyway, always, because they will give the authority to make the change management, and you need to find the right people who will carry this out, help you do this change management. And yeah, all stakeholders must be involved in there. So it's a kind of a change management work, talks about itself. And yeah, we are almost there. So summary, what were the most important things? So you know when it's the correct timing. What is a process mapping and why you need to do that? I believe you know now more how to select software and what is implementation, why it's important, and how to do that. And as I told you before, we have a small bonus at the end. So a little bit about Eziil. Who am I? What I'm talking about here. Eziil is a cloud-based manufacturing resource planning software. So this is a kind of environment. We will give fabricators a real-time production overview. We help fabricators with process mapping and change management. You can find more from Eziil.com. And the special offer for you is we will do your business process flow mapping, 19-minute online session. First 3 will get it for free if you wish to. And this includes a basic process flow, how and what it is, and 3 most impactful digitalization options. What are your problems and how we can solve those? So if you're interested in that, let us know and we will contact you. So if you're interested, say I'm interested, contact me. I'm still thinking, I'm not interested, let us know, we will contact you. And now for the final thing, if you have any questions, please let us know. We are in the Q&A session. We have a couple of minutes left. So please write any questions if you have any questions. Or you can later contact us. I think you will have a follow-up email and you have the contacts there as well. Okay, we seems not to have any more questions. So thank you. Follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel, subscribe there. If you would like to talk us more, go to our website, eziil.com, and get contact with us. So, okay, we have one question. How has Eziil helped your clients with Industry 4.0 lean manufacturing? Thank you for the question, Joe. What we have seen is through Eziil, we have done data integrations. We are still talking about bespoke fabricators who's in steel sector, basically project-based manufacturers. What we are giving is a real-time overview that you know when do you need the materials, you know what to plan and where to plan it, and also connections or integrations with different machines, like sending the information to plasma cutter, etc. This kind of information really shortly, but the time is up for now, and thank you everybody. If Joe has more questions, please contact later and we can discuss it more thoroughly. Thank you everybody. See you soon, I hope.